All right, welcome to the PSM Spotlight interview. Today, I have the opportunity to chat with David. He is the owner of Scoop Sharks, and I'm super excited that we finally got to get our schedules to match up. He's been too busy for me, so he had to reschedule a couple times, and I find that to be absolutely amazing because I want to see him do nothing but thrive in this pooper scooper industry. Welcome to the podcast. What's up?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you and I worked together a little bit in the beginning, and when you were just trying to figure out your business name, and when you said Scoop, is it Scoop Sharks or Scoop Shark?
Scoop Sharks.
Okay, because I'm in Michigan, so I put an S on everything. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't accidentally putting an extra S. It's just kind of what we do. So tell the viewer, first of all, when did you start your business?
I started it on Valentine's Day this year. So February 14th was the day I had everything ready to go.
Okay, great. And so did you have no customers at that time?
0 customers at that time.
Okay. Cool. And today is June 26, 2025 of this recording. Can you please tell us how many customers do you have today?
I have 46 customers.
Yeah. I love that. All right. So why did you decide to start poop scooping?
So I had another business doing dog training, and it was I was getting slow times, and quite a few years ago, I had a landscape company, and I was just like, oh, I like that reoccurring revenue coming in, and I had like a 3-4 month slow period where I had to go back and work somewhere for a few months just to compensate for my business. And I was like, that 5 months I went back, it reminded me why I left. And I was like, I am not going to do this anymore. So I just I was like, my other business is dog training. So I was like, what pet services can I do? And I started looking, and then poop scooping came up, and I was like, no, let's look at other stuff. And then, a couple of days later, I'm like, it doesn't cost $20,000 to outfit a poop scoop car. I was like, I'm really familiar with routing and everything else. I was like, I think my customer service skills are there. I think this is what I'm gonna do actually. And then I got just into this YouTube wormhole with your content and William's content, and then I did that for probably about 30 days, 35 days, just like probably 5-6 hours a day of your content. Over and over, I would listen to the same videos a few times. And then I'm like, all right, I'm joining the PSM community. So the day after Christmas, I joined the PSM community. And I was determined to start the business from that point. But I got hung up on names and, trademarks and whatnot. So it stressed me out for like a month. I reached out to you. You helped like get me with like picking out software, just setting up some basic stuff. I know I had experience before, but it'd been about 7-8 years since I had done lawn care. So you helped me for about a month, and that was really awesome and helped me get rolling pretty quick. So
I appreciate you letting me help you. It's cool to kind of touch base with you and kind of check in. When we were at ScoopCon, we didn't get a lot of time to talk, and I was kind of like reflecting. Like we talked a little bit and we did a couple interviews, but I'm like, there just wasn't enough time. And so I wanted to know, when you got started, how much money did it take for you to get started up and running?
it didn't take much. I think I spent less than $1,000. I think it was probably about 500 to get the bare minimums, like my business license. In California, we have to have a fictitious name, so that's like a DBA. So like I'm doing business as Scoop Sharks and not like David's Poop Scoop service, So I had to do that, file for my business permit, get the liability insurance, and then my Corona rake and bucket and some bags. But I mean, bare minimum 500. But I'd been saving because I decided back in November this is what I was going to do. So I got a website ready like right away. I had the website paid for before I had a business name. Um, I bought my ScoopCon tickets before I had a business name. So I was committed, and that was in January. The day it went for sale, I bought the VIP ticket. I was like, I'm committed. I'm meeting people. This is what I'm gonna do. And so 500 bare minimum to get started, and a lot of Facebook posting. But it's a low barrier to entry right there.
Mhm.
So it was very
And,
nice.
and you're in California, right?
Yes,
So, can we
Northern
talk?
California.
Okay, and I know it's more challenging and it's more expensive to get your LLC and get your name. How much did that cost to file
Um,
that?
so I did not file for an actual LLC. I'm still a sole proprietor right now. However, if I wanted to file an LLC or any type of articles of incorporation, I believe it's an $800 fee. And then that's an annual fee that you pay.
Okay, because yeah, it is way more expensive in California than here in Michigan. I just filed for an LLC yesterday, and it only cost us $50.
Yeah, California is special.
So I want to talk about California because that's going to kind of play into the prices. But I have a couple of other numbers to ask you. How much are you generating per month in revenue right now?
Right now, I just broke past 4,000, so I'm at 4,100 a month, a little under 4,100.
That's good. And do you know what your average ticket price is per
I
customer?
believe it was like 92 or something. So
92. Now, do you feel like that is good for your market, especially with being in California, or do you feel like it could be higher, lower? What do you think?
I think it could be higher, but I think it's good for where I'm at right now.
Okay, that's
So
perfect. Do you think when you go to hire somebody, what do you think you're going to have to bump it up to?
probably about $100 average to that 105, 100 to $105 average.
Yeah, I didn't realize what I needed. I needed to bump it up until I hired. I said, "Whoa."
Yeah. And maybe, and that's what I'm kind of planning on right now is I got these clients and I'm like, okay, maybe the fall, or like I want to go to a convention in the fall. I want to hire somebody. So I'm kind of planning right now. Do I need to plan for a price hike right now? Can I write it out for the rest of the year, which most likely is going to happen. But yeah, it's just that planning for an employee right now.
Gotcha. With the 45 houses, how many hours are you working per week?
I'm not even working 20 hours, I don't think.
Oh, so it's part-time doing
Yeah,
4,000 and
so
some change
I
per month?
start most mornings at like 7 and I'm done by 10:30, and that's like 4 days a week. I think one day in my town I have more, so I think I work till like noon that day. So
Dude, you're rocking it.
yeah, but I'm the owner. I'm not taking breaks. I'm getting in the car. I'm going to one house to the next. I'm not horsing around in between stops. I'm not. I got my lunch made. I'm not having unnecessary gas station stops. None of that inefficient stuff that I'm gonna have to account for when I have an employee. You
True, true. My employee texted me today and was like, "Hey, the truck's clunking." I'm like, "Does it sound like an expensive clunk?"
know.
It's like, oh man. So employees definitely change the ball game.
Yeah.
Um, what's your average time in a yard?
Most properties are 7 to 8 minutes. I was just reviewing that on my CRM.
Okay, nice. And do you haul the waste?
No, I do not.
Okay, did you ever haul it?
No, I just I watched your guys' YouTube videos on how much of a nightmare that was, and I'm using my personal vehicle still. So, and it's an SUV, and I'm like, I'm not gonna haul a bunch of dog crap inside there. And I'm just like, where would you put it if you were scooping it yourself as the customer, right? They're probably scooping it into a pan and dumping it straight into their green waste can, right? And that's gross to me, So I'm over here like, I'm going to put it in a double bag it. It's scented. It's going in your garbage can. I haven't got one person that has complained about it.
Ooh, I love that. How long would you say it took you to get your first 10 recurring customers?
I had my first 10 within 20 days.
That's amazing. How did we get them? Were we doing the free trial method, offering discounts? Like what did that look like for you?
So I got blessed in a couple ways. I met a local scooper, and she had like 4 accounts out here in my town in Lincoln. And she decided, hey, I don't want to drive 20 minutes to your town. Would you want to take these over? And I was like, of course. So I picked up 4 accounts right away from her. Thankfully, I've been able to refer her some clients since then. And then I picked up a couple posting on Facebook just organically. And then I reached out to you, and you had put me in touch with someone that can help me with my Facebook ads. So since then, I started doing Facebook ads at like $15 a day for like the first month to let the ad develop. And then I did increase it a bit, but I've since brought it back down. So.
I was going to ask you, in California, now that we're at the end of June, we're going to be going into July. Have you noticed that it's starting to slow down in the summer months for you?
So yes, like at least May was not great, and I think I signed 5 clients in May, so it was really not that good. But it was good because I only lost 1. So, and then what was before April? I think I signed 4 clients, and I was like, okay, June is the last month, but this month I think I signed like 7 clients. So it picked up this month. So I was a little surprised. So I'm like, do I want to cut my Facebook ad spend back or continue where I'm at right now? So I'm struggling because I'm still my closing rate for like February and March was like 30% of my leads I was closing. And then it dropped down like 10%. So I think it's going to be a little better this month though.
Are you asking them why they're not choosing you?
Most of the time I don't get a response.
Oh, is it through Facebook?
Yeah. So Facebook ads. So they'll, I'll get the email notification or messenger, and then I'll call. I always try to call first because I feel better about like talking to them on the phone. They can hear I'm a real person. But most of the time they ignore my call, and then they say text please or something like that. And so I text them, and then most of the time they just don't even respond. So out of 10, let's say out of 10 leads, probably 2 are out of area on average, and probably 3 respond, like at least give me a no or a yes, and then the rest are just ghosting me, so
I've noticed that with Facebook too. What I've been doing is I text them through my CRM, like their name, Shannon, ? Ryan, ? Whatever it is. And then they're like, that has been getting a response. They're at least like, who the heck is this? How'd you get my number? Or they'll say like, no. And I'm like, oh, sorry, somebody signed up for dog poop removal services underneath your name. And then that kind of opens up the dialogue. So with you saying that the people aren't answering the phone call, why do you continue to still call?
Just because maybe they are at work, maybe they are standing in line at the grocery store and they don't want to talk about poop scooping. So I'm like, I'm going to keep calling and just try to nurture that lead because I paid for that lead. So I want to get a no from you at least. Like, give me that respect. Like, or please stop texting me. One of those things, like,
So
or yeah.
what does that follow-up process look like, if you don't mind sharing?
I sent out initial text, hey, this is Dave with Scoop Sharks. Let me tell you a little about my business. I have over 25-star reviews. I'm a locally owned company. And, we offer our services, no contracts. You can cancel at any time, just to that. And then sometimes I've been getting more of a response since I've hit over 25-star reviews. And I've been able to say that. And I know that's not much, but that's more than what I had before. So
listen, I know companies that have been in business for years, not just Poop Scooper companies, but other ones. They don't even have 10 Google reviews. So you're doing it. Be proud of yourself.
All right. And then, so I do that. And then sometimes they'll just I'll give them a quote and then I just don't hear from them. And I'll be like, are you interested? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, are you still wanting it? I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow. Even if I'm not going to be, I'm like, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow. Do you want me to come by and get this done? And, sometimes they'll be like, yes. And then I'm like, nice. And then a lot of the times it's still no response. And I tried sending a dog and a poop emoji and it'd be like, still stinking backyard, want us to clean it up. Nothing, no response, not even a laugh, reaction or anything. Just nothing. So.
Yeah, Facebook's tough. Google is more verified leads, but it's more expensive.
I've been doing Google.
Okay, how's that working?
I think I need to add more photos to my profile. I was just watching Clay's speech from the ScoopCon, and I think I definitely don't have enough photos in my profile. Besides that, I think everything's filled out, but I gave it a good allocation for advertising of 100 a day, and I'm not getting. I've been doing it for almost 3 months, and I've only spent $600. So I'm not getting a lot of leads from it, but out of the 10 or 12 leads I did get, I think I closed 4 of them. So
on Google, yeah, right now the search volume is so low, and I imagine it's the same for you because people are on vacation. Dogs are on vacation. Maybe people are in their backyard more. Kids are out of school. So it drops down across the board during the summer months. And then around the fourth quarter, it starts to pick back up.
Yeah, that's why I'm contemplating just cutting I think I'm at $1,500 a month for Facebook ads.
Okay.
So I was thinking about cutting that in half.
And yeah, so you're at 1,500, and then so how much would you say you spend per month?
So it's about, I think in total with Facebook ads, I've spent almost $6,000. So
since February?
Yeah, so about $1,500 a month.
Okay, so you're reinvesting a lot of the money back into the business to grow.
Yeah, I'm not even taking any income from it.
Let's talk about that. Why do you think it's important to reinvest back into it and not just spend the money?
I'm just focused on growing and just reinvesting in my review harvest, right? Or getting implementing, just being able to have that money if I need to wrap my car, or if I want to spend extra money on Facebook ads, or something happens, with my car and I have to fix it, or just in case, and thankfully my other, I'm able to do this, so.
Which is really, really good. You have that cushion because, as you know, I'm sure stuff happened in your landscaping business. I'm sure you learned a lot from that. It's yeah, you're probably traumatized from that.
I have so much gray hair. You can't tell because I got gel in it, but I am this gray from lawn care. Yeah.
You haven't been in business a super long time, but I'm sure you've had some moments, right? Have you had a moment that you're like, oh crap, I don't know if I want to do this anymore?
No, I had a moment where I'm like, I don't want to do free cleanups anymore.
Tell me about it. Let's talk about it.
So I was initially just doing that free initial scoop until I came across this one yard where I did like 22 bags. I was there for like 4 hours.
Woo!
I was late to another cleanup, but I communicated the whole time. However, I'm like, after that, I'm like, no, no more free. I haven't been really upcharging them. I've just been like charging them for the month on that date, right? So it's still probably free and I could probably get more, but right now I'm trying to have the least amount of friction with my sales and get clients.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I know that's a hot topic between the free cleans, the discounted cleans. So I was just curious of how you were doing that.
I
Um,
I believe I think it's like a lot of common practice around here to do a free cleanup with service.
yeah. You also don't have the spring rush like we
No,
have with the months and months and months where the
no,
dogs.
that I smell sounds horrible to me.
You should come up here and do a spring rush with me one time.
Maybe.
You're like, heck no,
I'll break my back. It'll be like landscaping, picking through the ice.
right? Would you say that you've made any mistakes yet? Anything that sticks out to you?
Um, just I tried doing some advertising like I did for my lawn care company through a senior community, just postcards, and that was a waste of $700. But other than that, no, I would say not many big mistakes. I've I learned a lot from lawn care, so I've been pretty cautionary moving forward, and not overwhelming myself, and not just spending a bunch of money on useless stuff. Because we can get carried away, right? We can get carried away with like, and if you got the money and it's fine, great, and even if you do got the money, I don't even think it's necessary to like wrap your truck right away or get your website. Like I launched and had 20 clients before my website was going. I just got signs on my truck like 3 weeks ago. So like, like none of, yes, it's great to have, but like it's, just be mindful of those extra costs because they add up in the long run, and
Hmm.
they could really like stress you out and cause like bottlenecks in your business for cash flow.
And oh, the cash flow bottlenecks is tough. It really does. It stresses everything out. And it's like any little minor problem, it's like a catastrophe. It's like, oh, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to afford it?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Well,
And
it
then
sounds like,
they
go
pile
ahead.
up one after another too.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you learned a lot from the landscaping industry. Is that why you were like, this time around, I'm going to get involved in Poop Scoop Millionaire and really get involved and hit the ground running?
Yes, the community has been awesome, right? I didn't have that with lawn care, and maybe I wasn't looking for it, but I didn't get that feeling from like just like the friends in the industry that I knew. Like it was still pretty cutthroat.
Mm.
Um, the community within PSM has, hey, I did that, but it was 7 years ago. So that community has really helped refresh my memory. They've been there like, hey, I got these questions that, I get instant answers from real life experience. And, just having like access to people like you, Justin, Will, Levi, Mike, all Pudini, Doctor, Department of Duty, all of you guys, and then just being able to ask a question and get like feedback immediately, and just the support through the community was great. Like it's really changed my perspective on like networking and how valuable that is, even not just within the Poop Scoop community, but outside of it. So.
No, I agree. The networking, I didn't understand how important it was. And because business is hard, right? And like you said, it's like when you have a problem and you're sitting there and you're thinking on it, then you have to figure it out yourself. But there's people in the
Yeah.
community that have been there, done that. And it's crazy how
'Cause
open everybody is.
it's really hard when you want to ask, like, hey, your friend, like, hey, I'm running into this issue with my routes and customers aren't doing this. And they're like, dude, I work a regular job. I don't have to deal with any of that. I have no help for you. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to ask my family member. And then they might have good advice, but at the same time, they might not want to be like that truthful to you, and like save your feelings or something. So I appreciate the feedback, and then within like the community and just having like I did an event a few weeks ago and I met a bunch of local business owners and they were really helpful and they were like sharing my Facebook page and promoting this. And then I was like, oh, it's not just the Poop Scoop community, it's my local community too. So
Oh, that's amazing. That actually just got me thinking because you said that you need to add some more pages or more pictures onto your Google profile.
yeah,
Did you happen to go through that section where I think it's William talked about how to optimize your Google profile in the classroom?
I did, but I need to go through it again because
Yeah, you saying that got me thinking. I'm like, I probably should do that too.
yeah. And then I'm gonna add a bunch of pictures from ScoopCon in the event I was at, and just more of my before and afters. I guess I don't know.
So let's talk about ScoopCon really quick before we kind of wind down. ScoopCon was amazing. What would you say your biggest takeaway was?
Just like the network, like networking, the community, like the willingness to help within the community, and like the advice and how unselfish a lot of people were, and you could just go to Levi and be like, hey, I'm dealing with this. Hey, William, I'm dealing with this. Okay. And then they're glad to help. Or, Justin, I can ask them anything, and it was just like, okay, yeah, you like, hey, what, like my arm, for instance, I'm using a Corona rake, and my hands hurt sometimes if I'm using that thing for like 8 hours, and so Justin's like, use this tool, and I'm like, okay, like, thank you for saving my wrist and forearm. I
When
couldn't
you said
open
the
the pickle
Corona,
jar.
when you said the Corona rake, I immediately started rubbing my wrist.
Yeah. It, it's I'm waiting. I ordered a different rake, so I'm just waiting. But yeah.
You know what I really liked? When Levi was talking about like what he would have done differently, when he went through and talked about all like the BS, it makes you feel so not alone.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh yes, okay, other people are going through that as well. And you almost don't feel as stupid for all the BS.
Yeah, all the hiring drama, getting rid of the waste, figuring out how to set up your car, just yeah, I was it does get to be overwhelming, and you do sometimes feel embarrassed, like I should know this. Like,
Yeah, but they don't make you feel that way, which is cool.
not at all. Not at all.
All right, so you haven't even been in business for a full year, not even 6 months yet. Where would you like to see your business by the end of 2025?
Um, if I would like to have probably one employee, if just to help probably be prepared, because I feel like it's going to be busy come like November through February, and I don't want to be like just overwhelmed. So I'll probably hire somebody at least part time uh, around maybe September, October. Um, I'm looking to purchase a vehicle for the business. So then I would technically have two with my personal vehicle. So then that would increase my maximum capacity. It could double however many yards I can take. I think it would be amazing if I can turn it into $100,000 a year company by the end of the year. That would ultimately be my goal. Right now, it's like a $46,000 a year company. So I'm just whittling away on that. I would like to have some employee training guidelines set up, and then work on, um, like that's one thing that school is like, oh, you need to get an employee handbook, some training. I can't tell you. Levi was talking about how he would train guys working for 3 hours. Like, you're good, right? You can train that guy. Total, like, relate with that with lawn care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd get guys who couldn't even fire up a lawnmower, you know. So it was, but that is just being able to have that second vehicle, an employee, and possibly at that $100,000 mark. But I'm not going to beat myself up if I'm not. So I'm
Have you done the 100, was it the 100-day challenge?
I have started it, but to be honest, I've been kind of busy,
Yeah.
and I think I'm on week 3, but I'm like we're 21. I don't know however it goes, but I'm on the 3rd section. So, but I've been implementing a lot of it already. So, um, I that's why I'm thinking about cutting back on, because the 100 a day, 100 emails, 100 messages, 100. And so I was thinking the ad spend isn't going as far. So I want to
Yeah.
organically, like, I'm going to take 500 of that and I'm going to join a chamber of commerce, or like like a downtown association with other business owners. And I'm going to actually just go to those networking meetings and meet those other business owners. And I believe there's value in that, even if they don't hire me, because I'm making friends with other trusted business leaders in the community.
Mhm.
And so their referrals go a long way, you know. So if someone is looking for Poop Scoop service, and I got 5 respected business leaders in the community saying, David, 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 I believe that will be valuable, just as valuable as having 20 to 30 Google reviews, or, and then you're getting highlighted in the community more often versus, like, I'm just paying the ads and you see it as you scroll by. Um, so, so that community is what I lost track of that thought. So.
No, I'm writing down what you said. Respected leaders in the community. I really liked that you shined light on that, because Stephanie from Turd Nerd is really good about this. And I don't think I pay enough attention as I should. So you're going to be connecting, you're going to be developing those relationships. So now you're going to be creating raving fans out in the community that can advocate for you.
Yes.
Man, that's really good. That's really good. I would love for you to keep us updated and check back in with us in like 6 months from now and let us know how that worked out.
Yeah, I would love to come back on here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. This was so great. I really appreciate you being so transparent. I know sometimes it's kind of intimidating to talk about these kind of things, but these are the kind of questions and the kinds of numbers that really help people when they're trying to get their business figured out. I know that those kind of videos helped you out along the way.
Yeah, no, I learned a lot. A lot of it was just like, oh yeah, don't accommodate, like, you can accommodate a lot of things, but like setting times for people to show up at their house, and like just reaffirming, like, I wasn't being a jerk when I said no, I'm not going to be there at 9 exactly every Tuesday, you know. Like, I'm not the only one that feels that way, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely. So if somebody's watching this and they have not joined the Poop Scoop Millionaire community yet, what would you say to them?
I say join. It's worth every bit of it. The classroom has a lot of valuable information just on getting set up. There's a lot of trusted vendors within the community, right? Like Mark and Hunter and Sam and Justin and like even you and everyone else.
And Clay from
And
Review
Clay,
Harvest.
yes, and Clay. I was just admiring his backflip.
Love
Um,
Clay. He got me hundreds of Google reviews.
yeah.
And within there, you guys, for those of you, sorry not to cut you off, but I want to make sure I mention this. there are special discounts in the community that you only get within the community. So for Clay's service, you can get a special discount to get those reviews.
Yeah. Your CRMs, Sweep and Go. I don't think Jobber is in there yet, but that's a community struggle, right? However, I would say join. It's worth it. Just that networking aspect and realizing you are not the only one dealing with those problems at that time. And even if you just want to vent, it's a good place to vent, and get honest feedback on your venting. Like, you're overreacting right now, or maybe you should do it this way instead. So I hired. I got my website vendor through there. I've utilized a lot of the discounts provided, and I'm able to communicate with anyone. Just the access.
Yeah, all of it is good. The access, the communication, the resources, the discounts, it's all good. So I want to thank you so much again for hanging out with me. For any of you that are watching this and you're like, all right, I want to keep in touch with David. I want to keep in touch with William and Levi and Erica and Justin and Mike, Scoop Daddy. Go ahead and click that link down below. We would love to see you in the Poop Scoop Millionaire community. And until next time, we'll chat with you later. Bye, David.
Bye.